And we are back live here at the Juneteenth Fresno Festival. I'm sorry, let me be very clear. It is the Juneteenth Fresno experience. And if y'all don't understand, we are having an experience here in Fresno. Y'all hear that is Christopher Williams live right here in Fresno at the Juneteenth Festival. But I got an even bigger celebrity here with us on the Lark podcast. Are you the president of the NAACP? I want to make sure I get it right. We have the president of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP, right here with us. Tell us a little bit about who you are, of course, and then what the NAACP is doing right now.
Well, hold on. I got to correct you a little bit, Doc. You get me in trouble. I'm the president of the Fresno National Association Advancement of Colored People. And that means that's the National Association for the Advancement of all colored people, not just our color.
Exactly.
And we are an advocacy group, Doc. You know, we're here to help our community. We're here when we need assistance, we need a leg up. Maybe we just need that networking opportunity. Maybe we just need somebody that knows somebody. We're that entity, and we're here for that.
You corrected me, because what we have to remember is that we have these national organizations, but then we have local chapters of these national organizations, which means they're run by local folks. And so part of getting connected in the community of Fresno is knowing who are the movers and shakers, the players that can help us with whatever it is that we want to do, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's, wanting to start an idea, whether contribute to the community, be on a board. We can help you with that so that you can get involved. So what is the NAACP in Fresno doing right now?
We're an advocacy group, right? We are here to help the community wherever we need to be. I'll tell you a funny story. I had a young lady that called me. She was elderly, and she said her granddaughter was being bullied. And she called the school. She can't get any help. She had her daughter call the school. Couldn't get any help. So I called Keisha Thomas. And within 30 minutes, the lady had a phone call, and she called me back by the end of the day. She said, I had 24 phone calls. What do I do? What do you need me to do? How can I help? What other asset can we bring to you? So we're the advocacy group. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to turn. I don't have all the answers, but the NAACP has a way to point you in the right direction.
It's so important that we understand that, because sometimes in the Black community, it can feel like a weakness to ask for help. And we've got to overcome whatever it is in our community that says that asking for help is a weakness. Because actually, if we're not getting what we need from the organizations in the community that are designed literally to serve us, we need to have an advocacy group to help us. And so if I'm having trouble in our community, what are some of the things that the NAACP can help me with? Because I don't know. I mean, I can't help. You can't help them cook dinner, but I can help you advocate for your kids. So what are the parameters of what we can help with at the NAACP?
That's a great question, Doc. And I will speak to your, not speaking up. That's like me sitting in the back of a classroom and not understanding the subject matter, and not sitting there saying, hey, I don't get it. Please help me understand this. That's the problem. I'm the dumb one because I didn't stand up and raise my hand and ask that question. So I think that's what we have to get over first. There's no dumb question, but the question wasn't answered. That's one of the primary issues. We don't necessarily know the answers to everything. I can't tell you, well, I got a 48-hour note on my PG&E bill. What can I do right this second? Dustin, you got $1,000 to give me right this? No, the answer is no. I got $3. They stay in my pocket, so the answer is no to that. We're here with the plethora of resources. We do political advocacy. We do a lot of voter engagement. We do a lot of, in terms of just education on various measures. We have a Veterans Affairs Department, even the LGBTQ community department, health and welfare department. We're here at Juneteenth, the Juneteenth experience, giving away Narcan. We know there's a number of our populations that are dropping dead for that fentanyl. We're giving it away. It's $40. We're giving it away. We're just here to be an advocacy for wherever you can. I don't know everything, but I know a couple people that know something, and we can point you in the right direction.
That part. And so if I'm in the community and I need that kind of help, how would I reach out to you? Because I don't want to necessarily always, just go and put all my business out in the street, but I want to talk to somebody that's going to be confidential, that's going to be discreet, and will help me. How do I contact the NAACP and not feel foolish? Because sometimes we feel a little foolish.
Well, I don't think we should. First off, we should never feel foolish about that. I mean, that's something that we're here for. This is our job. And Let me tell you, everybody that works on my team, including myself, this is a voluntary position. And it's hours and hours. And may I mention, donations out of our own pocket. It costs me more money to be a president of NAACP than to just be a member of NAACP. I can promise you that. So they can call Dr. Holt and say, she'll call me at 3 o'clock in the morning and wake me up, and I'll be glad to do it. But outside of that, we're available online, Fresno NAACP on Facebook, and we're working on the website, Also, we currently are meeting at the Fresno County ELC building. We meet on the third Thursdays of each month, 6 p.m., and we're at the Executive Board Suites. And our office is located at 1900 Mariposa Wall, Suite 100C. I don't know the office number right off the top of my head. You'll have to get back to you on that one.
If they go to the building and say, I'm looking for the NAACP, they could definitely find it. Right. And because this is Juneteenth weekend, we would be remiss without asking our president of the NAACP, what does Juneteenth mean to you, and why is this so important to our community right now?
Juneteenth means togetherness for us. We've been doing... I talked to Dr. Hank Hendricks. He told me we first started doing Juneteenth in Fresno in 1974.
Wow.
And the NAACP has been a part of that. And more than anything, it's like our reunion. I don't care what any one of our members might think about coming out, the environment, whatever the case is. It's incumbent upon us to be there. I'm actually a second-generation president of the NAACP, so I sure can't let the ball drop on my watch. Well, elections around the corner. They might change their mind on me.
We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So, if we know how to get a hold of you, we know what you can help with, and we know what Juneteenth means to you. The other question we talk about here on the podcast is that now, and see, he has a little bit of gray here. Y'all see a little bit of my gray. We try to make it stylish. But we're now in the age group of being the aunties and the uncles. We're not quite elders yet, but we're definitely in the auntie and uncle category. And there's a lot of young folks, a lot of folks that are trying to figure it out right now. What advice would you have for them as we close out this session to help them get better and be better? What advice would Uncle have for them?
All right. Well, look. My nephews call me Uncle Dust. Well, Uncle Dust would probably say, get involved. Get out there and get your feet wet. You got to go out there and get dirty. You got to get your pads dirty. You got to get your jersey dirty. Everyone can sit on the bench and complain about how we did in the game, how we didn't do in the game, but we're not voting. We're not going on and knocking on any precinct doors. We're not even just registering to vote. I'm saying, if you don't want to vote, send your ballots to Big Mama's house so we can make sure we have a responsible adult to make sure when Big Mama call you and say, come over to the house, get these ballots figured out. And we have a valid individuals that's going to be there and do that. We're not doing that. And if we could get that 17.5 to 45 demographic to turn up to the vote, we can change things. There's no reason in the world Keisha Thomas shouldn't be our District 3 our District 3 city council person at this time. And that's because us 17.5 to 45 aren't turning out to vote. Now, NAACP is a nonpartisan organization. I'm going to separate this completely from NAACP endorsement. I've known Keisha my entire life. Dustin Candler, as an individual, endorse her, not the organization. And she should have won this thing by a landslide. And the reason why we didn't win it, because we're not getting out there and turning out to vote. I was sitting in a meeting with Jim Costa, and he said, we were talking a couple weeks ago at Bishop Biggins' office.
Yeah.
3.5% of us in District 3 had only turned out to vote. 3.5%. Now, come on, that don't make no sense. We could have won it. We just did better than that.
Come out to the presidential elections. That's the piece that we got to remember. It's not just the every 4-year presidential elections. Exactly. It's the midterm elections that matter as well, because what he's basically saying is, y'all know I do real talk. I'm going to say it in plain English. If she had had a certain percentage of the vote in this election, she wouldn't have had to go into November. And because we didn't get that certain percentage of the vote, now we have to go into November and continue to campaign. That should not have happened had we all showed up. So we got to make sure that we are all registered, that we're showing up, that we're voting, and that we're participating in this democratic process, because we can't sit on, like you said, we can't sit on the sidelines and complain. We've got to get involved. And how can the NAACP help folks get involved? Because that is part of what advocacy is if I don't know how to vote, if I don't know where to vote, if I moved, how can you help us?
Well, the cool thing about what we're doing, we work with the Fresno Metro Black Chamber of Commerce. We're able to do things like transporting to voting booths. We're able to use van services through the van hailing services. We're also able to do pop-up events. Let's get you registered to vote. Why aren't you not voting? And oh, I'm a felon. I had a felony 30 years ago or something. I can't vote. That's so not true. Let's get you out there and let's get you in here and let's cast that ballot.
So wait a minute. I want to make sure we heard because he kind of slid through that. You mean if I have a felony, I am not banned for voting for life?
Hey, man, you are not, ma'am. And you know, even if you're 17 and a half, you can vote.
So not only, so some of the myths we've been told to keep us out the voting booth, like you have to be 18, or if you have a felony, you can't vote. Those are literally not true. And if you're not sure how to go about doing that, contact the NAACP, contact the Fresno Metro Black Chamber. You can even hit us up at FamilyLegacy5.com. Send us your information. We will connect you. We want you to know you are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not thrown to the side. Your vote matters. You matter. Your family matters. And we're here to make sure we advocate and make that happen. And so thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being on the show. This is the Lark Podcast, sponsored by the Fresno Metro Black Chamber. We want to thank you for coming out, and we will definitely see you on the next one. See you in the village, folks.